Hello everyone, hello. I am going to do a little flip through of this last quarter of monthlies and weeklies because I don't do dailies really that much, a little bit in my P6. And I was starting to go just through this one, and sorry for the shadows here. I am trying to do this in natural daylight. It's just going to be what it is. So I started looking at this one and I realized all of my planners match the themes each month and week. And so I would just be repeating if I went through and did each book separately. So I'm just going to kind of do them all at once in the best, how I'm going to be able to do it. But then it won't be so repetitive. So I will have my two planners kind of off to each side here, and we'll see. So I did start out the year, because a lot of last year I highlighted certain things, and I was putting all the pink was like work and videos and things, and then blue was health things. And it is kind of nice to see some of that next to each other. But this is kind of chaos. Like I look at this and I'm like, yes, I can see all the blue, and then I can see all the pink, and then see the green for like school stuff. And then I kind of carried that to here, and then I'm like, wait, that's a little too much. So this was the last month I did this. I have my like plan with me, like all my video scheduling in a little booklet, in my B6 booklet. And then I have like all the health things more in here. Like I will be going through and making sure they're highlighted here, because this is, you can see it's the same stickers, but this is where I need to see those for billing and everything. So that is where I will carry on the same color scheme, but then, and you can see here that this is how kind of, it does kind of help to see the blue on here. But I think this was the last time I did it. Like if I switch to, yeah. So, again, I was trying something out. It didn't quite work. And then I was using like the card that I pull per month. I put it down here. And I don't think I did that. No, I have it here. And then I don't think I copied it over here. So I could, but that was the main difference there. And yeah, then I got into February and I loved using these. So for January here, I did have the sterling ink insert here, and then I had some reflections. And then I went to February, and it was really nice to use these long strips here. And so these are very much the same as you. And then I put plan with me's here, but I'm going to erase these and not have them in here. But it's a lot nicer to just have this nice and clear, and then have, but again, I loved having the strip for all of them. That was really nice. So this is what I do need to go through and color code again. Yeah, it's, Catherine's work is really beautiful. And so it was nice to do that. The March one was absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, here's the February insert here. And I did like reflections this way. And then, but in March here, this is amazing. And I just used this strip down here as more decorative. And had the highlight across the top. I love this piece here. And again, it's just a lot easier just to see like just when things are and not color code them. It just works so much better. And then in this one, I will go through and highlight, because there are lots of insurance calls I have to do about like, when did we have appointments for things? Yeah. And so that brings us to April, which I absolutely love this. This is a Love Charmaine. Here, like all of these, and all the dates are Love Charmaine too. So I have like the uppercase ones here, and then the lowercase ones here. Those are working fantastic. Again, here's the March insert. And then into April. I love how like these came out a little different for these borders. And then I have the April insert here, and use like one of their thin strips over here. That is just working out really great. So I like how this is progressing. Like I love the last 2 months. Really just came out really amazing. I just love how these feel, and having like a little teal. Now this got a little heavy up here. If you saw my plan with me, it was a little bit much at the top, but I still love it. I still love having like that teal across the top. So those are my months. And then we'll get into the weeks. And again, this is not anything new or anything, but it is kind of nice to look back and reflect. Let's see. So this was Paper Minty Studio. It's a little hard to get them all kind of coordinated here, but once we get going. Oh, this one. This one was a week before, and all of December. So these were just some little bonus ones in here that I was just trying it out. And then in the last of like December. And so that's still December. So this, yeah, this was the first one here. I love this. This warm kind of color scheme here just turned out really pretty. The Paper Minty ones are just gorgeous. They really are. With, I don't know where this one came from. Again, you can go and look back at the individual plan with me's. If you recognize this, it'll be in the thumbnail, this artwork. I was a little sad I didn't, use these pages as much, because these are just darling stickers here. But that's okay. It is nice to look back upon it for this time. But that was really fun week there. And then I went purple. So let's see. What did I do here? Okay, so there was, oh, I split this. I think this was a sterling ink that I cut. It was one of the like WASHI, the thin papery ones. And yeah, did kind of like a purple theme across everything here. And just used like the coordinating like date, well, days of the week there, in some purple here to match here. But I do very much like appreciate for my brain to look at these and go, okay, they're all coordinating weeks. Like that really does help. This was a little sticker kit with these little, let's see, they're called, I will try to mention some of these sticker kits, but I'm not going to be able to mention them all. So this is like view. Anyway, it's that. Because I just used the brighter ones just this last week. So these are kind of the more wintry ones. And this had, some snow here, but then I ran across a section that didn't have snow in it. So I put it in here. And I still do like these black stickers here, but I'm not using them as much right now. This was when I was still, color categorizing a lot of what I had to do. I still kind of like this. I was just thinking like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. And I have these like separate lists, but this is like, here's actions, deliveries, brain dump. Like it was kind of nice to just look at 3 things. And then I kept it really simple through here. You can kind of see where the snow was. It just wasn't printing all the way on some of them, which is fine. It happens. And then here is the week's version of that. So, and a little owl saying hi. Then we went into kind of like book. I tried to kind of use a kit here, and then this is why I'm not really into the kits, because I don't really track things this way. This is when I was really relying more on my health planner, and so like having notes here, I don't think I really need that, but this was really nice to have down here. And kind of more of a tan beige kind of color scheme here. Yeah, these were really nice here. And then I use these as headers, and to me they just kind of fade, and they're like, why are they there? They just kind of, I don't know. But I did like these little vignettes almost. And these like kind of daily pages were really sweet in my insights. So then that got into the next month where I did cats. This one was a little chaotic because the highlighter was so dark, but it kind of reminded me of the colors on the cats, and so those are kind of fun to do once. Yeah, so the little cats here, they were really sweet. And then I tried using these here, and they were interesting. They worked. No regrets. No regrets. It was just kind of fun and playful to do there. And then it was nice to just kind of go more easier with things. Of just like kind of muted and toned back, and I found these kind of blended in with each other. Again, I'm not sure what is what here. You'll have to look at the weekly plan with me's, but also totally feel free to ask me in the comments about a certain thing here, because I will take some time and look it up. But as of right now, I can't like immediately look it up. I want to say these are sterling ink here. I think these are all that. And this might be a Love Charmaine up here. Washi. I'm not sure. I know these are sterling ink. So, and then got into dots. So this was for like Valentine's week. I just did a bunch of these like little dots, kept it really simple. Oh, and then I tried to do like a vertical in here to see if I could just transition to everything being in here. Then did nothing there. Did some insights there. It kind of worked, but like the vertical in here is just so much harder because I have to put it together and it didn't have enough room. So I ended up, I only did that once or twice in this planner. So, and then to the next week, I went more green. So that was fun, to kind of switch it up to kind of greens and browns here. And I was using these as kind of, this is when I started separating things out because it kind of helped me to see things on different pages. I tried the vertical again in here. I was like, oh, well, the one vertical worked, but then I had to stack the Saturday, Sunday. And again, it felt way too tight all the way around here. So, and I didn't do any dailies there. Just had my reflections. And then went to, I want to say this is Paper Minty too, because Paper Minty is usually the clear ones. And these were, it's gorgeous to have these like really big florals. And I had to use kind of like, see how they would fit in here. But this is when I started like making different lists and even using these little, I think these are the rosy papetery. I forgot how the last part is. These little ones. It's right here. these little icons with them was really cute. And I loved kind of the beiges here. And it did translate pretty well here. Some of the weeks when you just get to some of these beigey ones, I understand the beige mom thing, I do. But there is something really calming. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's more about like introducing just beige things to your kids when they need kind of colorful stimulation. But like when you are the one using these tools, you can put whatever color you want here. And I think sometimes when they're nice and muted, it does bring a lot of more calm. Now with this one, I made more room for myself by making these thinner and then not stacking the weekend, and this started to feel a little bit better. And then I had some room off to the side, but it still felt a little crunchy to try to fit everything together. But this went better than those other weeks. And then I was trying to test out which one, you know, worked better in this situation. But ultimately I just kept coming back to my weekly here in the sterling ink. So let's see. Yeah, then we went to the next month. So this one was a cute little, these little blue kind of like kitchen items. And then kind of paired it with like blues and browns of like everyday items across the bottom. It was fun to experiment, right? It's fun to have like a few different things here, and they're cute, but I probably wouldn't do that again. It's cute. I'll just say that. And then when I went to the next week, I wanted to make it, you know, a little bit more warm. Oh, what did I do in this one? Did I just not do any dailies? Correct. I did no dailies because I thought, okay, let's put it all in here. That didn't work. So, yeah, so then I went to, this is, I believe, a Love Charmaine kit, and this is where these separate lists finally kind of started forming, and they kind of made more sense. And then to see everything kind of in order on here, I just kind of use this and this. And then I will kind of take the information on both of those and make dailies when I do. Like, obviously I didn't here. So that's what I'm kind of in between, is like, I just have this open for all my lists, and I use this for like how things are scheduling. So I do many times have both of those open. Now I don't have my like health planner constantly open. This is something I pick up later and I fill it all out and then I close it up. But yeah, I thought that kit worked really well. And then just having the sterling ink across the top kind of fit right in with the colors. Then we went green, and I was struggling with some little birds here, which I laugh at now. I thought it was really cute. And then tried like the little icons before the words, and I didn't like that. If this was digital, I would love having the icon before the word. But when I'm searching for like, okay, where is to buy? Like it's moved over. So my eye is like, what should I look at? It's like competing. Whereas if I put it after, it doesn't compete as much. And it's kind of surprising because I thought this makes more sense, have the icon and then the word. But it was hard. It was hard to use. So I was using my leftover little strips. I had like 1 through 5 strips that I had used that were just left over from these previous weeks. And I'm like, okay, I'll just use them here as like little checklists, which kind of helped. It really did. And then my reflections here. And this one came out really cute too, to have like little ladybugs and things on here. It was nice when spring was starting to kind of, and it ended up being more rainy this week. It was like forecasted for sun, and I thought it was kind of funny that there did end up being more rain this week than I thought. I have thought about putting more weather related things on here. I generally put those in my like journal just to kind of see what the weather was like that day. I don't necessarily need it in here, but it is kind of nice to know like what weather is coming up too. And then I struggled with this washi tape down here. This was quite the thick washi tape to get like nice and flat. But then after I did the plan with me, I put little bunnies on the Easter ones, just to sneak them in. Let's see, no, I only put 2 bunnies. I thought maybe I put it in here too. And I still need to fill out some things here. I didn't get all these in that was last week. But yeah, I thought this for Easter brunch was really cute and just kind of a hangout here. And then just having my lists here. I do still need the dates so that I was writing in after the fact. Oh, here's where I put the little bunnies for like Easter, and I didn't write anything. Usually I put like, is there like a list of things I'm bringing? And we ran into, we got brunch started and I asked my mom, where's the ham? And she's like, oh, I thought you were getting it. Neither one of us had brought it, so she ran out and got some real quick. It was funny. So hence why I probably should have written something here. And some reflections that are just like, I almost want to peel this out of here, but I won't. It's just hard to maneuver. Then got into April, and this was kind of the last week. So it is like, this is into the new quarter, but I am still kind of reflecting about it. So this is the week I'm working off of right now. I'm filming this here on April 5th. And then I did just do next week. So this is that little kit again. I'm a little late on the cherry blossoms. They were actually in bloom like before, I think from the 16th. I think it was more like this week and then this week. So they were kind of done by the time I put them in here, but it was just kind of nice to have some pink in here. And I really liked these horizontal lines, and this pink matched the crystal here really well from Sterling Ink. And I'm working off this today, and then this is this weekend. And I did some quick reflections here, but definitely, since I like those highlights, I used kind of the green for this next week. I just need to write in the numbers for the days, otherwise I get a little lost. I love how plain this is, but I need the numbers there. I'm thinking about getting some number stickers to put in for that. So that is that. This was, this current week, and then going into next week. So interesting. I really like in here having like a little highlight to check off. Sometimes like I should put maybe little dots in this one. Or having like these to kind of highlight when those are happening, what to check off. I think I like the circles a little bit more, unless the sticker kit itself is kind of rounded. Like I like the little dots a little bit more, just markers, just highlighters. The stickers can be kind of hard to write on. So that's about where everything's at. I hope you kind of like that flip through. If I had done it separately, it just would have been so repetitive. So let me know what you thought. If there's anything that, you know, any stickers that you saw that you have questions about, just let me know, like what week it was and about, like, you know, like March 19th, the little bee, and I'll look it up for you. I think this was Symposi Press. So, yeah, other than that, I definitely still love all three. I thought by this point in time, I'd be like, nope, we're just getting it down to 2. I'll have my health one, just as my extra. I feel like this is the extra and then this is the main. But I always come back to my A5 here, my Sterling ink, to just schedule anything. Like, this is what I turn to. I'm just not using any of the singles back here, like the dailies. This as dailies, I have a separate journal that I use. So I'm thinking about cutting these out at the end and using them in like an A5 planner rings. I think I can do that. Next year, what I would do is not get the full year. I did try last year about doing dailies back here. I split them in half. I tried them all different kinds of ways. It's nice, but that's kind of what this is for. So I would definitely get a compact. It's almost like what some people have asked for is like, do you have just the months and the weeks and nothing back here? I would use that in a heartbeat. I also have the booklets. I think the booklets are so helpful. Like I think you could kind of do that. I think you could have the months and you might, let's see, it goes to 19. Yeah, I don't think you could. If you had a week, that's still only 19 weeks. That only gets you not even halfway through the year. I was thinking like if you drew out your weeks, you could do something like that. I love these booklets. I love them. So what I'm doing here is I would have this info in my Moxie Life last year where the months would be like my meal planning. But now I just want to see meal planning. So that's why I got this booklet, and it's working really well to just have this info and be able to then carry it on into the next month. I don't need to color code anything. Sometimes things get a little lost in here, but that's like at the end of the month, right? And then I look through to see what I can carry on. But having this separate and just up front here, and then I have like a few things in here that are like changing air filters, changing the oil in the car, that kind of stuff in the front. And let's see. And I still only have, yeah, I'm not using pretty much any of that here. There could be some really cool things I tracked here, but this is back to, I did a whole video on this part. That'll be linked below because this is a lot to talk through, but that's all I have in the front of this one. And I like that. I think that's really working. And then having this booklet as like, when I'm scheduling my plan with me's and stuff like that to kind of see how things are overlapping. So it still is kind of a, what information do you need to see together and what information do you need to see totally separately? And that's what I kind of fight against. Is like, I don't need all that meal information all over my planner if I'm trying to put in, if I'm taking a phone call and trying to schedule a health appointment. I want that almost as clear as I can, like bare bones. Make sure I'm not scheduling over on top of anything, but only see like what I really need to see, that would cause problems if I scheduled over things. And then looking at my like upload schedule for YouTube stuff and comparing that to my other schedule, going, oh, okay, are we on spring break during that time? Are we doing other things? So I can kind of reference the other ones when I'm kind of using these booklets. I don't feel like I need to have everything, because then I'm like, honestly, I would have 5 monthlies I'm keeping up in all of these. No, this is my main one that I do the monthly, and then it kind of filters down to these. That's kind of how it works, is this is the primary I reach for. So I hope that helps. I hope that's kind of interesting. And I think that's it. So take care, everyone. And let's see. Here's my stack. And I will see you next time. Bye.